Thank you all for coming out today to hear our continuing saga on the death of our daughter Emily. The tragedy that occurred right across the street here on April 3rd of this past year. Emily was hit by a driver trying to kill himself, and we're here today to continue our fight to make sure no other parent in Malibu or anywhere else has to bury their daughter or their child because there wasn't proper safety measures in place to make sure that they could be safe walking down a road, a street. Unfortunately, in Malibu, it's a highway, and being able to get to the corner where the crosswalk is to cross the street to be able to meet their parent.
I'm Terry Goldberg. I'm the family's lawyer. So our claim is against the state of California for failing to safeguard the pedestrians, knowing of this dangerous condition, and knowing that many children and adults, pedestrians and bicyclists, have died needlessly along Pacific Coast Highway. In addition, our claim is against the County of Los Angeles. Everyone knows that you call 911 when you have a life-threatening emergency. There were more than 6 911 calls placed, and the sheriffs delayed over 20 minutes, and unfortunately their delay was resulting in Emily's death because they did not apprehend this erratic driver of the car who killed Emily. And that's what this lawsuit is about, a safer PCH and responsibility for the County of Los Angeles Sheriff's Department to respond to 911 calls.
My husband said it all, but if you look across the street, just a little ways down, that was where my daughter was walking. It's a shoulder in the road. There are cars whizzing by. The speed limit is 50. Try going 50 there, everyone will pass you. They're going much faster, and there is no protection. She was walking where she should be, but it's not safe enough. So something has to be done, not only in this part of PCH where there is a very heavy pedestrian flow, but in other parts as well. And as my husband said, I don't want any other family to have to bear the burden of a death that is completely and totally unnecessary. It's tragic, and I don't want anyone else to have to go through this pain. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Flora Smoller, and I'm one of the founding members of A Safer PCH. We are a community group that was formed 5 months ago because of the senseless tragedy that claimed the life of 13-year-old Emily Shane while walking in a signaled crosswalk right behind us. We as a community deeply care about the thousands of people that travel along our main street every day, and we urge the community and the city to come together to help implement safety precautions that will make an immediate difference. We can't wait any longer. We've tragically lost Emily, Oscar, Frank, Juan, Jesus, Amelia, and Brent in horrific accidents on Pacific Coast Highway. That is 7 deaths this year. There have been 376 collisions and many major injuries. Malibu has new parks, shopping centers. Now it's time to spend our attention on pedestrian, cyclist, and vehicle safety throughout our town, especially pedestrian safety and infrastructure. The City Council needs to relegate funds and implement safety measures now. Please take immediate action. We need to do whatever it takes in our city to stop these injuries and deaths of our loved ones. Thank you. We have a police officer that's come on duty as far as a motorcycle, but we need more. We need more K-rails. We need more from Caltrans. We need more. It's almost everything gets bogged down in the bureaucratic red tape. It's been since April that Emily's died. We've come together, we've tried, we've helped. We really want to help things move along. We need more. We just need more done. We need the crosswalks. We need the buses to be safer, the bus stops. I mean,
Protected
there are more
footpath.
protected pedestrian footpaths for everybody that's walking, bicycling, driving through our town on this Pacific Coast Highway.
What is the lawsuit seeking besides, I'm assuming, improvements?
Well, unfortunately in law, in bringing lawsuits, you can either seek an injunction or you could seek monetary damages. Mainly I find that people respond when they're being sought to pay money. And that's what this is about. I'm a taxpayer. I pay taxes just like everyone else, and I resent the fact, I grew up in Los Angeles, I resent the fact that PCH that I went on when I was a kid to go to the beach isn't safe. It's not safe for people to walk on PCH alongside a freeway without protection. And everyone knows that, and no one's done anything about that. We're not seeking a specific amount of money. That'll be up to a jury in a trial to decide what is fair. And maybe with a successful verdict, the state will listen.
Also, Malibu is one of the few communities in California that doesn't have CHP. And we've been talking about this for the last 6 months, and there's really no reason, except for monetary reason, that the CHP isn't here. We're only patrolled by the sheriffs. A total of 2 sheriff's cars, I believe, and 4 other sheriff personnel patrol Malibu, and it's divided between the beaches and PCH, and that needs to be changed really quickly. Yes, there's a foundation my wife and I started called the Emily Shane Foundation, obviously, and we will take a large portion of that to use to help support ASPCH and do the things that need to be done here. We all know California's in financial straits, so we would use that to help make the improvements that are necessary.
We're also targeting other charities that might have been important to Emily. Too long to list here, but I have a list of them, and once the foundation is officially up and running, I can let everyone know. Emily was a special kid. Not that she wasn't a typical 13-year-old, but she was an exceptionally kind person. If you would ask someone to sum her up in one word, that was the word I would use, or that was the word I would say. Compassionate, extremely empathic to others. We actually didn't know a lot about her. You know how 13-year-olds are. You see them in your house and coming for dinner and taking them to activities, but you don't really know their life at school or with their friends. After she died, so many people came forward, including people from her school. And just an example, the counselors at her school said, "Did you know she was the unofficial school ambassador?" I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, well, if there was someone new at the school, Emily was the first one to welcome them. Emily would make sure that no one was sitting alone at lunch. She would invite someone who was by themselves to come sit with them. She didn't care who they were, what social group they were in. She was very inclusive. She was kind to everyone and very, very giving and happy. She was a happy child as well.
Pay It Forward came to us the day she was killed, or actually I'd rather say murdered, the day she was murdered. Because she was this empathetic kid who really cared about everybody, literally. Didn't matter who you were. And the interesting thing is a lot of parents said that she used to come over to the house and talk to them and treat them as if they were peers rather than other kids' parents. And she touched a lot of people. So it came to me that what we should do is start a campaign that has nothing to do with money. But could it be any noisier? Nothing to do with money, but was about doing a good deed. And the person that received the good deed, holding a door open, helping someone across the street, would have to do the same thing to someone else. And we came up with an absurd number, but we're standing by it. And we want 100 million good deeds done. We said within a year, but you know, we'll stretch that a little bit. And if you go to the website, emilyshane.org, there's about 900 deeds. The website really only came live about a couple of weeks ago. It's been in beta since, and we are about to really start promoting this. It's the core of the foundation, and even when we start raising money for the foundation, part of the requirements of any beneficiaries will be to pass it forward.
I love the idea because it doesn't cost any money to be kind to someone else, so anyone can really participate, and it just makes for a better world when people are doing acts of kindness for one another.